What's going on, guys? I hope everyone's having a great day. I know, I look like a total mess right now. I've had a long fucking day today. I'm wore the fuck out. I wanted to get this video knocked out. I'm gonna jump in the shower after this video, but I wanted to get it knocked out before I get too tired, and I'm starting to get tired. I know the minute my head hits the pillow, it's gonna be lights out for me. But I wanted to show you guys some stuff that I have recently picked up. Some of it's from McKay's. I got one thing from FYE in Nashville at the Opry Mills Mall, and I got some stuff from The Great Escape and some stuff I've been waiting on in the mail for fucking ever because our mail service here is absolutely terrible. But let's go ahead and get started. Got AC/DC, Who Made Who. Now, no, this is not an album. This is like a compilation. What it is really is it's a movie soundtrack for the movie Maximum Overdrive from the Stephen King adaptation there. Hopefully you guys have seen Maximum Overdrive. It's an awesome movie. But I mainly got this because I'm an AC/DC fan, and it's got the song Who Made Who on it. But, I mean, it's got songs like You Shook Me All Night Long and Hell's Bells and For Those About to Rock on it. And, I mean, I own the albums that those songs are on. But it's cool just to have this as an AC/DC fan. It's not an actual, like, album, though, but it is what it is. Alright, we got Behind Silence and Solitude by All That Remains. Now, I know you're probably going to judge me for this because it's metalcore. Like, it's not really a metalcore album, though. This really, to me, is more of a melodic death metal album than anything. It's by a band that became a metalcore band, but I think this first album is more melodeath than anything. And I think this is their only good album, too. Definitely a lot of melodeath on this album, and I can respect that. I just don't like any of their other stuff. But moving on, like I said I've spoke about this band the last time I picked something up of theirs, and like I said, I don't agree with this band's political ideology or anything like that. I don't support what they believe in. I just think they make good music, and that is Argoslint with Hornets of the Bogram. Great death metal album. Like I said, I don't really agree with their political ideology, but if you can get past that, then it's actually some really good music. It's just, like I said, I don't agree with the political ideology, and I know people are still going to accuse me of being a racist, just like last time, and that's perfectly fine. I'm not racist at all. I've done nothing but stick up for people of other ethnicities, but, that's not enough for you, some of you fucking people out there. Anyway, moving on. We got 2 albums from this band before they became shit. These are the only 2 good albums from this band, in my opinion. We got Waking the Fallen by Avenged Sevenfold, as well as Founding the Seventh Trumpet by Avenged Sevenfold. I really can't stand anything past these albums. I think this one fucking rips, and so does this one. But, yeah, these are the only Avenged Sevenfold albums I like. I can't stand anything else the band has put out. Other than these 2 albums, I can't stand the band. So, yeah, there's that. Alright, definitely got to pick some more up from this band, and I'm actually going to work on completing this band's discography. The Black Dahlia Murder with Nocturnal. Probably one of my favorite death metal bands right now. I've never been like at first, I mean, I've always been a fan of the Black Dahlia Murder, but I've been really getting into their music lately, and I don't know, I mean, it's probably partially because, we all miss Trevor Strnad and whatnot, and I'm glad I got to see the Black Dahlia Murder when I did. I know they're going to continue as a band, but it's not going to be the same without Trevor. I mean, we lost a good soul with Trevor, I gotta say. He was a very, very nice individual, and I think out of respect and the fact that I'm just really been getting into their music lately, I'm going to be picking up the Black Dahlia Murder's discography. And we also got the Black Dahlia Murder with Deflorate. This is probably my favorite release past the first 2 albums from the Black Dahlia Murder. I think this is just a masterpiece of a death metal album. I've really been getting into the Black Dahlia Murder a lot more now. Alright, we got Cradle of Filth with Godspeed on the Devil's Thunder. I mean, it's later Cradle of Filth. I'm glad to have some Cradle of Filth. I don't love this band. Some people prefer the earlier material and disown the newer stuff. People like the newer stuff and don't like the older stuff too. I like some of both there. I don't like all of Cradle of Filth stuff, but this is a little bit of later Cradle of Filth. It's alright. It's an okay album. It's not Cradle of Filth's best, but I'm glad to get some Cradle of Filth in my collection. I wanted to definitely pick up this album soon, but I'm glad that I did. I used to own this album a long time ago, and this is probably going to be one that's hard for me to pronounce. We got Dimmu Borgir with Abrahadabra. Not a good black metal album, but it's a really good extreme metal record. Like I said, I used to own it, and it's a gate, not a gatefold, but it's a weird. This is some really odd. It's almost like an upside down. Well, is it? No, that's just a really weird way to package an album. But yeah, like I said, I used to own this album, and then I think I sold it. I don't know why I did. I like newer Dimmu Borgir more than I like older. I'm not a big fan of older Dimmu Borgir. I mean, I know that's pure black metal, but their black metal stuff just never really resonated with me. I don't know why. But speaking of a band who's a black metal band, and they resonate with me well, we've got Goat Penis with Depleted Ammunition. I'm so surprised that I came across this album, man. Just wow, I was in shock when I came across this at Great Escape. I mean, they have a wide selection of black metal and death metal and shit, and when I saw this, I knew I had to grab it because I love the band Goat Penis. They're one of my favorite. I know it's a hilarious name, Goat Penis, but they're one of my favorite in like the war metal, the war black metal scene. But yeah, got the newest release from these guys. We've got Iron Maiden with Senjutsu. I think that's how you say it. Senjutsu, excuse me, I'm sorry. That's the newest Iron Maiden album. It's alright. It's cool. I like to add Iron Maiden stuff to my discography. Iron Maiden's a band I really like, but sometimes I look at them. This is actually the right side of it right here. This is actually the correct side. I like Iron Maiden and all, but, you know, sometimes I think, what's the point of having a band like Iron Maiden around when a band like Judas Priest exists with Sad Wings of Destiny, their second album? I love Iron Maiden. I'm sorry if that offended anybody. I love Iron Maiden. But Judas Priest, to me, blows Iron Maiden out of the water. And this is a great Judas Priest album. One of my favorites. And this is another one of my favorite Priest albums. And this one's going to be really controversial. Man, I'm almost scared to show this one. Jugulator from Judas Priest. This is not the Rob Halford era of Judas Priest. This is the Tim Owens era. And I actually enjoyed the Tim Owens era of Judas Priest. It's not as good as the Rob Halford era. This is definitely my favorite. I shouldn't say it's one of my favorite Judas Priest albums. I should say that it's probably one of my favorites not to have Rob Halford on it. I think they only did a couple albums without Rob, excuse me. But I like this album, and I know my friend Dylan does not like from Black Metal Magic does not like this album at all. But I guess our opinions are going to differ on that one. Alright, glad I came across this. We got Lamb of God, Resolution. Lamb of God, I mean, they're notorious for kind of making the same thing over and over and over again. But, you know, they're a fun band for me to listen to, and they're definitely a hell of a good live show. I got to see them this year. I also saw them with Anthrax. I saw them they opened for Metallica back in 2009, and I saw them with, it was Slayer and Behemoth. And Lamb of God, man, they put on a killer live show. So anytime I come across their material, I always get it. Just out of respect for the band. Alright, here's a band that I used to like, but, I still fuck with them sometimes. We've got Mushroomhead with Beautiful Stories for Ugly Children. I think this is kind of when I stopped listening to Mushroomhead. 2010, yeah. This is about when I kind of stopped listening to Mushroomhead, but I picked this up mainly because I needed more I wanted more Mushroomhead in my collection, and I've heard this album a time or two back when it first came out, but some of the stuff on it I actually like on here. Slaughterhouse Road is a good song. That name reminds me of Copperhead Road. Yeah, I wanted to add some more Mushroomhead, so I did. Alright, this is the only album by this band that I think's actually worth a fuck. Because I hate this band with a burning passion. But this album is okay. And that is 9 Inch Nails' Pretty Hate Machine. I am openly not a fan of Nine Inch Nails and not a fan of Trent Reznor, but this album is okay. I could get on board with some of the songs on this one. What are some of the ones on here I like? I think the track listing on here is weird. It's all sideways and shit. Something I Can Never Have. Yeah, yeah, that's an okay song. That's an okay album. That's probably the only thing of Nine Inch Nails that I'll ever own. I got a live album here, and I picked it up because it was literally 25 cents, but it was a band that I like. It was Pearl Jam live on 2 legs, just a live album from Pearl Jam. Why not? Alright, I'm probably going to butcher the pronunciation of this album, but we got A Perfect Circle with Mur de Noms. And the time I saw Perfect Circle, they played a lot of stuff off this record, and it was awesome, man. A Perfect Circle is... I don't like them as much as Tool, but A Perfect Circle is a pretty damn good band, I gotta say. Maynard James Keenan, I know a lot of people don't like him. He gets a lot of shit because he's weird and pretentious and shit. But you know what? That's kind of the charm of Maynard James Keenan. I also am a fan of the band Pussifer as well. But Tool is still my favorite with Maynard. But A Perfect Circle has a lot of great songs too. And we also got the 13th Step from A Perfect Circle, which I think this is probably their best record. Such a great album. Alright, we got some new metal now. Probably going to get some hate for this one. But this is a band I used to really like. And that is POD with Snuff the Punk. It's just a fun album, man. It's new metal. You know, a lot of people don't like new metal. I've got some power metal now to redeem myself. We got Primal Fear with Jaws of Death. And yeah, that's Jaws of Death. I've been adding a lot of power metal to my collection, and I mean, Primal Fear is a great fucking power metal band. They get a lot of hate recently, man. Every time I bring them up in a metal group, a lot of people fucking get all mad about it, and I don't know why. Alright, we got some more new metal. Now, I redeemed myself, and now I'm going to shoot myself right down the shitter again. Seven Dust next. I always really enjoyed Seven Dust. They were one of my first metal bands that I got into, but man, I know there's heavier stuff out there now, but it's cool to have this in the collection. Alright, some more metalcore before everybody gets mad, even though, I guess if this is considered metalcore, to me, it's good metalcore, so it's not like you're whiny like Asking Alexandria shit or anything like that, but, man, I lost my train of thought. Fuck, I'm so tired. I'm pretty sure I was about to show this CD. We got Unearth, The Oncoming Storm. This is a classic album though, man. Everybody I know has this album in their collection that collects CDs, and this is the last one. Unearth, The Sting of The Sting of Conscience. God, I need to go to bed. But yeah, you know, Unearth is pretty cool. I've seen them a few times, and they always put on a good show, so yeah, man, that's kind of my haul for the next little bit. So I hope you guys liked it. Make sure that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm out. Peace.